Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Damsels and Dragons DPing. And I have a Relax and Unwind Sunday whip and chat for you today. I know I haven't done a whip and chat in a little while, but on my last magical mail, I did promise a Valentine's edition. So here we are. So I have all things pink today for Valentine's. So right here, I have this gorgeous pink pen. This is a Poshy pen. I will link these down below. They do their drops on Facebook throughout the week. Random number generators. Me, please write to buys. Absolutely love that pink pen. In it, I decided what was more appropriate than cheesecake putty. So this is Randa's Crafty Corner, and this is their cheesecake and berries scented putty. Smells so good. And I have one of my Bella Art de Nicole trays. This is a pink one. This is the Thingiverse tray. It's pretty big. I really do like it. And then I'm finishing up this last little corner of Valentine's Spaniel. This is by Marilyn Kazanov and is from Diamond Art Club. It's just a little snack size of 13 by 13. I've been working on it for about a week, and I was hoping to finish it up by Valentine's, and it looks like that is going to happen. So I'm excited about that. As I work today, I have some Valentine's / relationship tag questions that I'll be going through. Please feel free to answer any of these questions for yourself in the comments. I'd love to get to know you better. And we'll just get into it. So I did on this canvas change up some of my gems with some DP with Sparklers gems. So I wanted to try these out for the first time. These are the 6mm. They take up about 4 circles on a round diamond painting, and I just used a couple of them in the corners. So I decided to create my own little frame around this diamond painting, and I used these as the corners. So I'm just gonna put that right on there. I have had to kind of play with it to get the other circles to fit like around it, but I feel like when all was said and done, it looked pretty good. And then I did create a border out of this AB right here. And I added a couple other ABs into some other spots. So it had 2 charted. I like a lot of extra sparkle on mine, so I just added a little bit extra. So, let's see. First question is, what is your favorite Valentine's memory? And I don't know that I would say I have just one. Honestly, though, like when I was in elementary school, I really liked doing Valentine's and trading out the cards. Making we'd make like little bags, or I remember in one of the grades, we made like little animals out of paper plates and used hearts for like the ears and the nose and all that stuff. So it's funny because I can remember Valentine's Day as a student and how much I liked it, and now as a teacher it is my least favorite holiday to do at school, because I spent most of my time in kind of some of those upper grades, 4th and 5th, and it just becomes so much drama. And it's funny because I can't really judge, because I'm like, yeah, I probably was that drama kid when I was in 4th and 5th grade and doing the whole boyfriends, girlfriends thing. And now as a teacher, I'm like, really, guys? You don't need boyfriends and girlfriends in 4th and 5th grade. Like, just worry about school. I just wish they would go back to thinking that boys and that the opposite gender had cooties, because it just gets crazy. Like I do 4th grade lunch duty and it's just always constant, like so-and-so likes you. And I'm like, oh, buddy, I remember those days, but at the same time, as a teacher, you're just like, stop. So there's my little bit of being a hypocrite. Not on purpose, but you just don't realize, like, when you're that age. Alrighty. Conversation hearts or chocolate covered strawberries? Definitely chocolate covered strawberries. I am not a conversation hearts person. The only ones I like are the white ones. They're kind of a little bit minty, I feel like. But overall, I really don't. Ooh, dang it. Oops. I really don't like the chalkiness of those. I never cared for Necco wafers either, so I don't know. Let me know. Do you like that chalkiness of the candy, or are you like me and like, huh, nope, I'd rather pass. I feel like it's one of those things, like almost every holiday maybe has that thing that people either love or don't love. For Halloween, I feel like it's candy corn, right? For Christmas, I feel like it's eggnog. For Valentine's, I would say it's conversation hearts. Like you either like them or you really don't like them. And overall, I feel like I fall into the category of really not liking them. Chocolate covered strawberries, on the other hand, I absolutely love. I've always loved strawberries. I love chocolate, and putting them together, I think you've just got a major winner. So, if I had to choose a celebrity to be my Valentine, oh my goodness, that's a tough one. I feel like I am 100% like, my crushes on celebrities are constantly changing. Oh man. I think if I had to pick one just right off the bat, I would probably pick the guy that plays Anthony in Bridgerton. And it would have to be just a totally platonic Valentine's, right? Because I know that I am not the kind, yeah. Anyways, I do realize, but I think he's so good looking. And he was the first person that came to mind. So that's who I have to go with. However, I am 100% the kind of person where, like I tell my husband all the time, here's my thing about celebrity crushes. It's not that I have a crush on the celebrity. I have a crush on the character. And I 100% realize that the character doesn't really exist. So it's not that I want the actor to be my Valentine. It's that I want Anthony Bridgerton to be my Valentine. But Anthony Bridgerton doesn't actually exist. I'm like, so you really have nothing to worry about. That's what I tell him. So you really have nothing to worry about. And he just kind of giggles at me. Like, it's a good thing he takes it well. He knows how much I love him. So it all works out. Who am I celebrating Valentine's with this year? Well, with my husband. And I do have some relationship questions that I'll do here in a little bit. And then obviously I got little things for my kiddos. So we'll just, I mean, it's not going to be like the most romantic Valentine's. I'll go to work, we'll come home. My hubby will make dinner, which actually goes into the next question. The next question is, what's your Valentine's Day dinner? So we don't tend to go out because it's too crazy. Plus then we have to find someone to watch the kids. And so we just get steak and he makes it here at home. And I'm totally happy with that. So yeah, I told him I wanted some nice juicy ribeye steaks for Valentine's. And he's like, okay. My kids also tend to like to eat steak. They're so funny because I feel like they're so picky. But whenever we get something that's like very intentionally for us, that's when they want it. I'm like, really? Like half the time you don't want what we're eating for dinner, but we made like this really nice meal where there really is only enough for us, and now you want in on this. So if you have kids, I'm sure you get it. I'm sure you could weigh in on that. Like, that's probably just life with kids, right? They want what you want, but only when it's something that like you really, really want. So I don't know, whatever. I love them. We do share. I try to now plan like around the fact that I know they're going to want it. So I'm like, get extra. Red or pink? Oh, definitely pink. Like, as you can see, this canvas, I mean, it does have red on it, but I am just like loving all the different pinks. They are so right up my alley. Pink has probably been my favorite color since forever. So, and it's funny because actually red has never been like in my top colors. And I know that like they're close, but to me, I don't know, they just don't even live in the same realm. So yeah, if I had to pick, I mean, obviously I got me a pink diamond painting pen, not a red one. A pink tray, not a red. I love pink. Like if I were to pick clothes, I'm gonna pick pink over red every day of the week. Flowers or candy. That one is hard because like I really do like both. I realize that flowers only last a little while, but I do like getting them on occasion. Like I just think it's the nicest surprise. My husband is actually really good since we've been married. Once to twice a year, he will send me flowers at work. And a lot of the time, the thing I think that's the most special about it is that most of the time he doesn't do it for like a holiday. Sometimes he'll do it for Valentine's, but sometimes he just knows like I've been having a really, really tough time, a really tough couple of weeks or whatever. And they show up there at school and I get paged down to the office, and it just makes me feel special, like to walk in and see the flowers for me and everyone's like, oh, like, is it your anniversary or your birthday? I'm like, no, he just loves me. And that's just, I think that's part of where I love getting flowers, is like they just make me feel extra loved. But I do love chocolate. So like if it's going to be a more regular thing, yeah, I think he knows, like, bring me some yummy chocolates, like, because I'm going to get to enjoy those a little bit longer than the flowers. But yeah, I like a healthy mix of both. So, sushi or pizza? That one's, ugh. So I'm not a sushi person at all, so I'd have to go with pizza. But at the same time, like, I really don't enjoy, like, I don't dislike pizza, but it's not like a regular for me. Like, I can't say no to it. It's not my immediate like jump to like, let's have pizza. So I don't know. Beer or wine? I don't drink, so that one's gonna have to be a neither for me. I will take a good iced coffee or a vanilla Coke Zero any day. And the last one on this part that's like specific to Valentine's, not just relationships, is describe your perfect Valentine's night. Now, my perfect one, I told you how we do celebrate, but like my perfect Valentine's night would be a quiet night, just my husband and I, maybe getting a hotel somewhere that has like a hot tub, getting to relax, just have that quiet time together, no kids, prime rib for dinner, cheesecake for dessert. If it was somewhere in the mountains, and it was a little bit snowy. That would not hurt, but like I would want the hot tub to be inside and then have like windows so like you can see the snow outside, but you're like all nice and warm. I just think that is like super romantic, and obviously like any alone time without kids is going to be a plus. So that would probably be my perfect Valentine's Day. But as a mom, it's one of those like, yeah, in my dreams type things, but that's okay. All right. These other ones are more like marriage wise, but I just figured it went in there with, you know, Valentine's Day, relationships. So the first one is, did you date much before you met your husband? I would say overall, no. So I really didn't date much in college. Not for a lack of trying, like I'll admit, I was always kind of a boy crazy girl. Like I'd ask guys out in high school. Same in college, but it just never really went anywhere. So in high school, I got turned down a lot. By college, they were nice and they would said yes. And we'd go on one date and then that was just kind of it. I only actually like got asked on one date while I was at college, and it was very memorable because we went mini golfing and he accidentally hit me in the face with the golf ball. Now, fortunately, it wasn't a direct hit and it was 100% not on purpose. The golf ball bounced off of something and hit me in the face. But needless to say, he didn't ask me on another date. I doubt that's why, but it was memorable, like I said. So, did online dating exist and would you have used it? So actually it did exist, and that is how I met my husband. So I had just moved back to Colorado from college. I'd kind of been using the online dating there, but it just wasn't going anywhere. I had thought about just deleting the profile and, you know, trying to just not date or not look for someone, not worry about it for a while. And I had a message from him. Now, he says he doesn't remember this. He thought I contacted him first, but I assure you, like, he contacted me first. He's so funny. But it was just like very sweet, very just complimentary. And I was like, oh, so then we got talking and we took it from there. Where do you think is a great place to meet a guy is the third question. That one I have to say, like, I don't know, because I mean, I never really like, I don't drink. I didn't go to bars. I don't go clubbing. So like, I never really met guys at those sorts of places. Like, I think like those are things I think about in movies or books, but they never happened to me. So I never really had those like meet cutes and whatnot, where you just meet a guy somewhere and he notices you and asks for your number. And I'm like, do these things really happen? I don't know. If any of you met your husband somewhere like that, you're going to have to tell me, because I don't know. I mean, I guess like my sister met her husband kind of in that sort of meet cute type way. She was a cashier at Walmart and he went through her line and like thought she was cute and then asked her out or whatnot. I don't know the whole story, but I feel like theirs was kind of that sort of situation. A lot of people I know, like, they either worked together or they met online is a really common one, or knew each other like from high school. So like, anyways, if you have a meet cute story or like a good place to meet someone, you should let me know, just because I'm curious. Like, I want cute stories. Fourth, what qualities would you tell single ladies to look for? Ultimately, I think I would tell them to look for someone like that treats them well. because I will be the first person to admit, like, yeah, I did always want, you know, my idea of like that good looking, perfect, handsome, Prince Charming, like read all the romantic books, whatever. Um, but looks fade. And I feel like actually you can grow to be more attracted to someone physically. But like if they don't treat you well, then I don't think that that attraction is going to grow. Like I don't think it's going to happen. What dating advice would you give to your daughter? I feel like I'd tell her the same thing. Like, find someone who's going to treat you right. Because, like, if he is not respectful in the beginning, I don't feel like he's going to grow to be respectful. I would also say, like, don't try and rush it. Because I feel like in a lot of ways, like, early on I did try and rush it. And, I'd get disappointed because I wasn't finding what I wanted. But the moment that I really did stop trying to rush it, I found my husband. And like I mean, things haven't been perfect, but like I feel like we have a really good relationship and like we're really happy together. And I would also say that takes time too. Like that would be the other piece of advice I'd give her is just like relationships take time. You have to get to know someone. So even if you marry them, like even then you don't know them well. I'm flinging gems everywhere, guys. So just like let those things grow. Like give it time and have patience with that person. Like I don't think anything's ever going to be perfect. Like you're going to do things that bug them. They're going to do things that bug you. But decide what's like most important, because there's things that can be overlooked. And then there's things that just shouldn't be. So I don't know. How did you meet and how old were you? So I said we had met online. I was 23. He was 30. And it says then the next one is like, did you play hard to get? I don't know that I played hard to get. I just was uncertain. Like in the beginning I was really uncertain, and I actually, like, after that first date was kind of like, I'm not really sure that this is gonna work out. Like I don't know that you're what I'm looking for. And then the next morning I didn't have a message from him, and we had been talking, like when we met in person, we'd been talking for well, a couple weeks at least, maybe close to a month. And every morning he would text me like, good morning. And so that morning after that first meet, like I didn't have a text from him. And I was like really sad. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe, if I'm this disappointed not to talk to him, maybe I should see where it goes. And so then I contacted him and I was like, hey, I want to give this a go. And then it's, did you know he was the one right away? Did he know? So I think he'll tell you that he knew right away. I did not. It really took me time. And I feel like even into us getting married, it took me time. Like, even in those first couple years, like we were getting to know each other better, but there were times where there was some like, what did I do? Was this the right thing? And then now we've been together 8.5 years and I'm like, yes, this was the right thing. Like, I'm so happy. But I think it just goes with that. Like, you have to get to know somebody. And there's just so much, like, plus, like I said, I was younger. He was a little older, not a ton older, but I think he just was more certain about what he wanted. And it's taken me that time to continue to grow up and mature to be like, no, this is what I wanted. Like, I did make the right move. Like, I am happy. So, what qualities did your husband love about you when you were first dating? I don't know. He'll tell you like that he thought I was really pretty, that I was kind. I don't know that I was always kind. I think he's super generous to me. What qualities did I love about him? Like, definitely, like, no one had treated me the way he did. Just as far as, like, opening doors for me, holding doors for me, just being as complimentary as he was. Just, I mean, he really did, like, treat me really well. Again, like, he would just, text me good morning every morning. Say that he hoped I had a good day. Just like those really sweet things. Did I have a timeline for marriage in mind? I really don't feel like I did. I knew that I, wanted to get married. I wanted to start a family, but I wouldn't say I had a timeline. Like, I didn't want to be married by the time I was a certain age. We dated. It did wind up being, we met in July and we got married the following August. So, like, it happened pretty quickly, but, like, we were together a year. So, and we got engaged in December. So it was all around, like, anyways. Did I have to nudge my husband towards marriage? I would say no. I think it was something like he very much wanted. It came up fairly early, like, in the relationship. And, like, he was all for it. I mean, it was kind of like right away. He's like, I'll marry you. Like, so, to the point, like, the night we got engaged, like, going up, like, I knew what was going to happen. Like, I knew, like, he had started sending me pictures of engagement rings to see kind of like what I liked. Like, it was pretty quick. So, what did I love most about my actual wedding? So we got married at the Renaissance Festival. We realized that that was something we had in common. We both liked that time period. We both enjoyed going to the festival. We liked the dressing up. So I think just the location for me would be one of my favorite parts of it. And then there's like, what part didn't matter as much as you thought it would? Well, so like I had planned out like our first dance and all these different pieces, and then we didn't wind up dancing at all. And like, it's okay. I'm okay with that. Like, looking back, I'm like, it's not a big deal. It's not something I regret. I don't know that it's like really a huge part of either of us, so it probably would have felt more awkward than more natural. The next one is the first year of marriage really the hardest? And I would say no. Not that we didn't have a rough first year, because, all of a sudden we're both moving, we're moving in together, we're trying to work all of that out. But no, I would not say the first year was really the hardest. I would say for us, the third year was tough. We had our little ones really close together. So we have Irish twins. We got pregnant with our first right away. So in that first year of marriage, I was actually pregnant with our son. But still, even though I was pregnant, it was just the two of us. And then he was born. So that second year, it was the three of us. And then I was pregnant with our little girl. And so then in that third/fourth year, all of a sudden we have these two tinies at home. And he was working nights. I worked days. And at the time, that was really, really, really hard for me. Especially because then I'm the one trying to like put the little ones to bed. I'm trying to get enough sleep. I was always exhausted. I didn't feel like I ever got to see him. And that for us, like, would be the hardest. It was something we really had to work through. He still works nights, and it is hard, but we've gotten better about making time to spend together. And now as our littles have gotten a bit bigger, become more independent, okay with, you know, playing on their own and doing their own thing, we do have that. But in that first, you know, in that right when they were little, like, they're always needing attention, and we didn't feel like we were giving each other enough attention. So I felt like that was the hardest. And then finally it just says, like, what advice would you give newlywed couples? And my advice would just be, like, enjoy your time together. Like, really enjoy each other. Like I said, we wound up starting a family right away, and I don't regret that, on the fact that, like, I love both my kids. I'm so glad we have them, but I don't feel like we had a ton of time, just us. And like I said, it did cause some bumps in the road, but it was something that I think we got over, and it all wound up happy. So, yeah. Well, I hope you have enjoyed spending time with me today. I tried to keep today kind of light and fun with Valentine's questions, but then I know I maybe got a bit serious with the more relationship questions. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I would love to have you join me for more content. I do WIP and chats. I do Magical Mondays, which are like small shop hauls. I do want to do more stuff where, like, kind of I review diamond paintings. Sometimes I'll do unboxings of, like, new to me companies. If there's other stuff you'd like to see, please do let me know. I am going to be hosting an event this summer. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned. And until next time, thank you. Please push the like on your way out, and have a great week.